So I am Jen, Jen the Wellness Nurse. You can find me on Instagram over at that handle. And I'm so excited you guys are here tonight. And I am just going to be real and raw with you guys tonight. I feel like everybody comes from such a tender place where, feelings and emotions are real, right? And everybody deals with them in different ways, and everybody has a different past, and everybody has a different story. And so hopefully tonight you will walk away being able to find just self-love for yourself and grace. And I hope that you find what you came here looking for. And a little bit about me is I am a nurse. I'm trying to make sure everybody's good and rocking and rolling in here. There is a chat box over on the bottom if you're looking on a computer, and it's also on your phone. There's like a little chat bubble. Click on that and then jump in here and tell me where you're from and tell me how you heard about the class and what you're excited about learning tonight. And tell me one emotion that you just want to kick to the curb. Like you just want to get rid of it. You just want to wad it up like a piece of paper and you just want to throw it away. Tell me what that is. For me, I will say it is fear. I just want to knock the fear out of here. And so with that being said, this is Valor. I'll tell you guys about it a little later on tonight. So I've been a nurse for 13 years. I have a wonderful husband, and we have been married for 12. We have 3 small kids under the age of 7. Eli, who is our firstborn, and then Eden and Emerson, so a boy and 2 girls. And I started using essential oils because I wanted something without any side effects. I wanted something that didn't have chemicals, and I wanted something that was natural and plant-based. So I was looking for that for the kids. And what I stumbled upon is I was gravitating towards certain oils that were in my starter kit, and I did not know why. And I would look it up in the reference app or my reference book, and I would figure out, oh my gosh, like I need this because my emotions are like crazy. We all know with any kind of life change or anything that we go through in life, whether it's a death or like a tragedy like that, or something happy like a wedding, any type of life-changing event, our emotions are just nuts. And believe it or not, our emotions and hormones are very much linked, as well as our thought life. So tonight we're just going to get started with a little fun exercise. Yes, I love your comments. Absolutely love them. Drop that emotion down in that comment and like, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that tonight. I believe that you can definitely do it. So if you haven't already, introduce yourself over in the comment box and tell me how you heard about the class, because I always like to know who invited you here, and tell me one emotion that you just want to kick to the curb. You just want to wad it up like a piece of paper and just throw it in the trash and burn it. Okay? And so, yep, let's get rocking and rolling. So tonight we're going to be talking about emotions and hormones. And I'm telling you guys, like, when I found this out for myself, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody has to hear it. So I'm excited that you guys are all here with us. And we're just going to do a quick little exercise here in the beginning. And we're going to talk about what we put in our bodies and what we put out, what we put in our minds and what we put out. So you guys know the saying that, whatever you put in, you get out. Well, it's the same with our thought life. And so we're going to practice some positive affirmations tonight. I don't know if any of you guys have any types of apps on your phone, but on my phone, I have a cheerleader app, and I have a few other apps that I really like that help me just start the day off right and give me a boost in the middle of the day, because it'll pop up a reminder on my screen of a positive affirmation. And so Sometimes positive affirmations can be uncomfortable because we naturally just think negative and bad about ourselves. And that is just horrible. But we have to learn to reprogram that. For whatever reason, we have just as a society, I don't know what it is, but we have programmed ourselves with these bad negative feelings. And it's just time to stop it. It's time to reprogram. And you're going to find out why it's time for the legacy of our children as well. So positive affirmations, again, they can make you feel a little weird, but that's okay. But with anything, of course, repetition brings familiarity, and with familiarity, we find a comfort zone, right? So a few tips on making some positive affirmations tonight, and this is where we're gonna get chatty in the chat box, okay? So a few tips on making positive affirmations is they're always in present tense. So you're going to say things like, I am, I can, I will. You are not affirming something, you are not affirming something that you will be or want to be. You always say, I am and I can. You are affirming who you are. And so positive affirmations only contain positive words, nothing negative, no negative space here. Only think of the space as positive, and this bubble around you can only have positive in it. You're tossing all the negative out, okay? It should kind of be obvious with where we're going here tonight, but words like can't, don't, won't can easily slip in that space, and we're working on reprogramming our brains tonight with a new language, all right? So we don't want to throw a bomb on our progress by making our brain try to get past those negative statements at the same time. So positive affirmations are spoken as fact and truth. And I'm going to give you a few examples, but there are statements that contain words like might and could aren't nearly as powerful as statements that contain the words am and do. So I'm going to tell you a few positive affirmations, and I want you in the chat box to reply back to me which ones stick out to you. Which one is like, yes, I need to say that one every single day. And let's pause here a minute and go get a booklet and a pen, a piece of paper, something like that. Go grab that because you're going to want to take notes tonight. I forgot to say that in the beginning. So do that right now. Grab out your phone, open the notes section or something like that. But, and I'm assuming you guys can hear me okay. Yes, I hope. Okay. Nobody's telling me otherwise. Awesome. All right. So a few examples coming at you of positive affirmations. I can do hard things. Like me doing this tonight in front of all of you people. Oh my goodness. I am worthy and I am loved. I have the power to create change. Today is going to be a good day. I am enough. Man, that one's powerful, isn't it? Just those three little words. I am enough. I deserve good things. I am strong and courageous. I am beautiful. For some people, that is really hard to say. But remember, once we say these over and over and over again, you're reprogramming yourself. No matter how you feel deep down, we're going to reprogram that. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am not better than anyone, and nobody is better than me. And I want you to fill in the blank on this one. I am in charge of how I feel, and today I am choosing blank. You can chat that over to me. I'd love to hear your responses. Today I'm choosing peace. Today I'm choosing happiness. Today I am choosing gratitude. Whatever you want to fill there. I want you to state your positive affirmations that you wrote down over in the chat box, because tonight, as you are saying these out through the chat box, you're actually claiming it, okay? You're actually saying it out in your mind, but just physically typing it out. And so remember, we are the ones who decide who we are, and you are amazing. Even if you have to write that in lipstick on your mirror, do it. Take a sticky note and write on your sticky note these words of affirmations and put them on your mirrors. Put them as a screenshot on your phone. So make sure that you have them where you can see them. And tonight we are gonna dig in. And I know, oh, these are good. These are so good. Yes, guys, they're so good. So we're gonna hang out here tonight for probably an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm gonna give you a heads up, because this is a power pack class. I really should break it into 2 nights, but I really want to get everything in here because it captures all of you, okay? These are great. These are great. Keep your positive affirmations going up there, and make sure you write it down, because I want you, oh, that's great. Today I'm grateful and content. I am enough. I am choosing freedom. Oh, you guys, you're getting it. You're getting it. Oh my goodness. So here we are. Isn't this amazing? Yeah, I'm excited already. Oils and emotions. All right, so we are going to dive in to the Feelings Kit by Young Living tonight, and how essential oils are beneficial to our emotions. And you guys remember I said I got the starter kit for my kids because I thought that I was just really going to be using it for them for physical. I never really thought about the emotional and the spiritual side of it, and I had absolutely no clue about the hormonal connection. And so Young Living has created an amazing feelings kit that just helps us bust our thoughts and our hearts open wide so that we can find grace, and that we can find freedom, and that we can find the self-love that we deserve and that the Lord created for us. And so tonight we're going to pick apart that feelings kit, and I'm going to show you how they all intertwine with one another. But before we dig into that, I just need to make sure that you guys know that this is for educational purposes. This is my testimony. This is how I've used them. And this is not intended to, of course, prescribe, diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease whatsoever. This information represents what I, as a Young Living distributor, have chosen to do to take charge of my personal health and my family. So these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA or anything fancy like that. And I am, if you're seeking medical help, please seek medical help when needed. And of course, consult with your physician if you have any medical conditions. And if you are, on anything, I don't want you coming off medications. Definitely don't do that without your physician behind you, and with that recommendation and of that. And please, of course, private message me if you have any questions afterwards. If you have anything that you don't want seen publicly, you can choose to have them privately sent to me. But you can always connect with me on Instagram or Facebook at Jen the Wellness Nurse, and I'm happy to help you out. So this has completely changed my life and revolutionized how I live every day, and I want it to do the same for you. So essential oils and emotions, oh my goodness, emotions are just so hard to manage and to keep balanced. We have our diet affecting our body, which affects our emotions. Sugar makes kids and go loco, and the same for us, right? We know the sugar epidemic We are what we eat. We also feel what we eat. Most of us have insufficient sleep. Hello, yes, mother of three. You know, you guys are in college, pulling all-nighters, that kind of thing. More stress than we know what to do with. And kiddos that while we love them to pieces, oh my goodness, like their meltdowns are just insanity. And so we have relationships, work, money, weather, health, life, all of it. It all affects us positively and negatively when it comes to our emotions. And so we all need emotional support in some way, shape, or form. And we're going to dive into this. But you just can't brush off emotions, right? You can't just put it on a sheet of paper and just throw it in the trash and it disappear. Because once you stand up out of your chair, you're still carrying that emotion. So studies have shown that 1 in 6 American adults have taken or do take a psychiatric drug. And that is absolutely insane. It is very clear that we need to do something different and that we need a better way. And you guessed it, that is exactly where essential oils come in. And, you know, you might think, like, how in the world is just smelling something gonna make me happier? I mean, there's not a chance. There's not a chance. But I'm here to say that yes, it is. And I know it sounds nuts. I know it sounds like the most bizarre thing ever. But it is true. And I'm here to tell you the stories of it and the testimonies. So, you know, of course, there are many, many factors, like I pointed out above, that affect our emotions. And we need to look at our emotional health with a broad lens, but for the basics and in combination with other measures to support our best emotional health, you guys. Essential oils are incredibly powerful when it comes to supporting and balancing our emotions. So who's ready to learn more? You guys excited? Are you with me? Yeah, feel free to comment. Tell me and let's go. So let's dive into these emotions a little more. So here you see a wheel, and this wheel has almost all of the emotions that we can feel. The major ones like joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, anticipation, anger, and disgust. So this psychologist created this wheel to help us just better understand ourselves. And, you know, I find that a lot of fear and anxiety are the root causes to a lot of different diseases that we have today. And I've read many books that point to that. And it is crazy how someone can have absolutely no hereditary genes or DNA, and they can have an amazingly clean diet. But if they are an extremely worrisome or person who clings on to fear and anxiety, it just knocks these two out. I mean, it just cancels it out. And the disease that can overcome the body it blows my mind, the root of that. And I'll share with you guys at the end of this some books that you can get for your extended learning, so that you can dive into more of that. But it is all intertwined and linked. It's just amazing to me how well it is intertwined. So let me go back a little bit. Emotional crisis. So unless you've been living under a rock, you are well aware that our society is in emotional crisis. Everywhere you look, your family, your friends, your neighbor, the news, the schools, it is everywhere. The percentage of the population that is in therapy and counseling and taking psychiatric drugs is just off the charts, and we just aren't healthy. We are running around in this rat wheel and with like madness, right? And hot mess express, isn't that what people say? I'm a hot mess express. Stop saying that, number one, because you're not. You're not. Our emotional health affects our physical health. In order to achieve balance, I mean, my goodness, our emotional health, and we have to learn how to cope effectively. Like, we don't even talk about that word, coping. We just don't talk about that. It's, oh, I'm a hot mess. I'm just all over the place. Who talks about coping? So, I mean, with all of these fluctuating emotions, we must learn to tune into our thoughts and feelings and respond to those cues that tell us we need to help. We need help, that tell us that we need help, and we need to respond proactively. We need to learn self-care. It is so important. If we don't do self-care, you guys, and I'm speaking to the choir here, you guys, if we don't do self-care, we end up in a basket case of emotions, lost, and like no straws to grasp at for coping, right? We've just thrown all coping mechanisms out. And guys, some of those cues to look for when you're getting to that level 10 is stress, fatigue, anxiety, sadness, just feeling so scattered and unfocused, thinking, self-doubt, you guys. Oh my goodness, that's such a heavy one. Loss of motivation. Yes, I have been there. Lack of patience and irritability. Yep, I've been there too. So raise your hand if you're familiar with any of those. I can see you guys. Don't make me feel like I'm alone here. I have both hands and both feet raised. So it's, here we are. So I want to talk with you a little bit about why Young Living. Why did we choose Young Living? And as a nurse, I'm very much into getting quality products. And so after doing a lot of research, actually 3 months worth, and I should not have wasted all that time on that, but here we are. I searched through all the different brands. We made a confident decision to go with Young Living. And this is hands down one of the cases where you get what you pay for. I mean, of course, you can buy a cheaper bottle of oil elsewhere, which I did. Totally wasted my money. But I can confidently assure you that you are receiving an inferior product, and I did not realize that. You can receive different qualities of essential oil. They're not all created equal. Young Living is the only company out there that has what is called the seed to seal promise or anything like it. And so their motto is, it's not a slogan, it's our calling. And this has such a huge impact, you guys. It means that Young Living controls every single aspect. This means that Young Living controls everything from the dirt to the seed to all of it. They own their own farms. They plant their own seeds. They cultivate their own crops. They plant, weed, and harvest by hand. They use their essential oils on their plants for pest control. So there's absolutely no herbicides and no pesticides. This was the big thing for me. There's no herbicides or pesticides. And they distill at temperatures that the scientists who work for Young Living only know, the degree of temperature that lemongrass needs to be distilled at, or juniper. And these little mom and pops or other companies just don't have that knowledge. Young Living has been around for just about almost 24 years. And so they distill and they bottle their own oils. They don't buy them. They don't outsource them. They don't get them from other companies. They oversee everything, literally from planting the seed to sealing the bottle. And they can say with 100% guarantee that they know what is inside each and every bottle, and that they are pure beyond a shadow of a doubt. So in our house, we have been working on living as toxin and additive free as possible, and to have the confidence in being in charge of our own health and wellness. So this is why we definitely choose Young Living. Grade A, the Young Living way. Why would you go the extra step of using an oil to get away from a chemical and then use an oil laden with chemicals? It just makes absolutely no sense. Young Living, here's a map of all of their farms all across the world. And that's important because when these crops are grown in the areas that they originate, they have the qualities that they need for our bodies. So Young Living is just hands down amazing. They promote a wellness lifestyle. So they don't just only have essential oils, but they have a whole catalog of hundreds and hundreds of products. So let's talk about the skin for just a tiny bit. It's the largest organ in the body. And if I'm going to be consistently using these products on my skin, myself and my little ones, breathing them in, ingesting them, I want to know exactly what I'm getting, and Young Living definitely gives me that peace of mind. So let's jump into frequencies. Frequencies really intrigue me. How many of you guys have dove into the world of frequencies? Like frequencies of your food, or like food is like a major one, but essential oils have frequencies. Each organ in our body has a frequency, and it is just incredible to me. Did you know that every single living thing has a different vibrational frequency? I just think that blows my mind. Every plant, tree, even water, okay, you guys, every cell in your body, they all have a different frequency, and they are literally vibrating. So when we consume things that have frequency, or even touch things that have frequency, they raise or lower ours as well. And we want to raise our frequency to improve and increase our health meter. You guys, we want that health meter up. The human body frequency is typically around 62 megahertz. Illness starts around 57, 60, and our bodies are receptive to cancer around 42 megahertz. Death begins down at 25. Essential oils have frequencies as well, and they can raise our body's frequency. And essential oil frequencies range from 52 to 580, you guys. One of the most important modalities of essential oils is their ability to raise our body's frequency to a level where disease cannot exist. You guys, disease cannot exist at a high frequency. And processed food has 0 megahertz, you guys, 0, meaning it does nothing positive for your health, nothing at all. And real, raw food, things that are alive, are the only foods that will raise your frequency. So juice it, you guys, juice it, put it in a blender, eat raw and fresh. The essential oils with the highest frequency, I always find this so interesting, is Idaho Blue Spruce, which is 580 megahertz, you guys. Rose oil, which is literally from organic rose petals, like hundreds of them. I can't even imagine growing a rose garden without any herbicides or pesticides, but Young Living is the champ at that. And rose oil has 320 megahertz. Helichrysum is one of our favorites, is 181 megahertz, and frankincense is at 147. So you guys, I don't want to bust your bubble if you're a coffee lover. I really don't, but this devastated me when I heard this. Even holding a cup of coffee can lower your body frequency by 8 megahertz. I know, go ahead and cry. Taking a sip lowers it by 14 megahertz. But listen to this. When essential oils are inhaled after you've had your coffee, after you've been holding your coffee, then the body frequencies are restored themselves in less than a minute. But if no oils are administered, it can take up to 3 days for the body to recover from even one drink of coffee. So how crazy is that? So I remember back to the days when I did not use essential oils and drank coffee. And yes, I know, Meredith. Yeah, I get it. She's like, what? I'm dead. And so I remember the crash, the heavy, heavy crash. And it wasn't just the caffeine that I could blame that on. Like, it was the frequency that it was zapping out of my body however long I drank it throughout the day. So I'm always sure to apply my oils after I've had my coffee, apply them a couple times, you guys. So crazy stuff, right? This gets even crazier to me. Negative thoughts decrease our frequency by up to 12 megahertz. Each negative thought, negative 12, negative 12, negative 12, you guys. A positive thought can increase our frequency by 10. 10, 10, 10. Prayer and meditation can increase our frequency by 15 megahertz. It's nuts. It's amazing, amazing to me. So science has shown that our body cells all function off of different frequencies, so that they match the plants that help to stimulate and support that part of the body. And based on that, gives us oils and blends that will be most beneficial to our needs, which is why we have an oil called joy. Because the frequencies of the specific plants used to make that blend work with our body to support our emotional well-being and promote a healthier and, a happier outlook. It is so cool. I can take the bottle of joy, put it on over my heart and say, the joy of the Lord is my strength, and do the same for my kids, and then turn around 5-10 minutes later and I'm like, this is legit. They're not having meltdowns and I feel a ton better. So that's when I started cluing in, was that bottle of joy was in my starter kit. I love physics. I won't get too deep for you guys, but I mean, it's fascinating, right? It's just so fascinating. And this is only a tip of the iceberg. Like, if we totally covered everything, we'd be here for a week. So let's skip on over to safety, because that's always everyone's like number one concern. I know it was mine, especially when using them with my little ones. So just real quick, use a carrier oil like extra virgin olive oil, sweet almond oil. There are some really good organic carrier oils, even at Walmart. So coconut oil, sunflower oil, jojoba, avocado oil. I don't know if I said grapeseed, but typically I have grapeseed or coconut oil in my kitchen, and those are just the ones that I just use for a carrier oil. And basically on each bottle of Young Living, it'll tell you how to dilute it. And there are dilution charts for children as well. And store your oils in a cool, dark place. Keep their compounds from alterating. And a fun fact is Young Living oils never expire. You just have to store them properly. And do not put essential oils in your eyes, ears, or nose if they accidentally get where they shouldn't go. Flush it out with a carrier oil, because that larger molecule of that carrier oil will carry out that tiny molecule of that essential oil. And no water, because oil and water don't mix, and that will only make it worse. So go to your kitchen if you get something if you get peppermint in your eye, and go to your kitchen, scoop out some coconut oil on a paper towel and wipe your eye with that, and that will get it out. It's always wise to start slow and small. So if you're just new to oiling, start slow and small, and you can always work your way up. So in this case, a little truly does go a long way. So one drop, actually like way less than a drop, is what it would take for, say, your dog, your cat, or your baby, just because of the surface area and the amount of cells that their body consists of. Okay, so I like to diffuse around newborns, and I like to heavily dilute. With our third baby, she was oiled from womb to birth, and we put oils on her head, on her umbilical cord, on her feet, diffused around her. We, of course, always did it with the door open, nothing too heavily concentrated. But applying topically to our little feet is like the best way to start. And then, of course, dilute for extra safety, like I said. And, of course, I can only speak for Young Living, because the other oils out there I have found have fillers and preservatives, and you can even smell the difference. It's pretty scary. Let's talk just a tad about how essential oils work, because it is important to understand this and knowing how they affect our mind and our hormones and our emotions. So if we have any science geeks, hang in here with me if you're not that much into science, but I'm pretty sure that this will blow your mind away whether you are or not. So essential oils are the lifeblood of the plant. The oil protects the plant from disease. It provides nutrients and helps fight off anything that it doesn't want. Okay, so the essential oil literally keeps the plant or tree or fruit healthy and functioning at its best. Before there was medicine as we know it today, the only thing available to mankind was our plants and our herbs. And oils were used for health and anointing all throughout history and today, and they are still used to promote health in the body, physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So one of the coolest things about oils, well, Who am I kidding? There's lots of things that are really cool about oils, but they have the ability to bypass the blood-brain barrier. And, you know, like, if you're not science or geeky or in the healthcare field, you're probably saying, like, why is that important? It's because that's where our emotional processing center is, inside of that blood-brain barrier. Within 26 seconds, an oil is found in the bloodstream when applied topically. In 20 minutes, it's in every single cell of the body, and in your bloodstream in like 26 seconds. It just blows my mind there when applied topically. It's even faster when inhaled. When inhaled, oils reach your brain in 3 seconds. 3 seconds, you guys. That's incredible. Out of our 5 senses, smell is the only one that has the ability to impact and benefit or even harm our limbic system, which is our smelling system, which is where our emotional processing center makes its home. So think about a really bad smell, like a really rotten milk, or smell that could take you from dancing to crying in like 3 seconds. Am I right? Ugh. Opening that spoiled bottle or whatever. It's also been proven that smells implant a psychological memory in our brain, you guys, which is why babies are comforted by their mother's scent. We get taken back to a time maybe in our childhood when we catch a whiff of a certain scent, maybe toward Christmas time or homemade cookies, the sense of love diapers, or like the Johnson & Johnson or the baby magic stuff. That's just absolutely horrible. But those are things that were in our past, and they bring back all of these memories of sweet babies and maybe your grandma, or, you know, maybe your home as a child. And those emotions and those feelings flood us because of that smell. So yes, at one time, you know, I wasn't all crunchy and weird. But in the same way, smell also implants negative memories into our brain. And when those scents introduce themselves to us, it can bring back those memories that are banked with feelings of anger, fear, sadness, grief, shame, depression, guilt, and so on and so on. So when those surface, because we might not be consciously aware of like what's happening, we can suddenly have crazy mood swings. So we may not even really realize what is throwing us into these fits of craziness. And it's just downright wacky, out of the blue emotions that leave everyone around us wondering what volcano just erupted and why in the world they got caught in the middle of it and happened to be the lucky person standing beside you when your volcano erupted. Am I right? Or am I the only one who's an erupting volcano? My husband's seen that volcano a time or two. So, you know, I mean, it's just unexplainable. Mood swings, anger, weeping, crying, I mean, just all the emotions. And, you know, here we are. But you want to know something cool? When we are pregnant and all emotional, that's because those raging hormones are literally altering her limbic system. You guys know that that sense of smell changes. You know that. If you've ever been pregnant, you know that. Oh, do you ever know that in that first trimester? Holy moly. That's because those raging hormones are changing that amygdala, which is the emotional processing center. That's why we turn into like this crazy emotional wreck, guys. It's not us. It's those hormones. So, and that darn amygdala, it is basically preparing her and adapting her for motherhood. So be kind to that pregnant mama and give that woman some oils, for goodness sake. I'm telling you, a pregnancy with oils and without is like night and day, you guys, night and day. I would have given anything to have had it with my first. Essential oils are capable of more things than what we've just talked about. Eliminating toxins in the body, regenerating your DNA, which is blows my mind. Releasing emotional trauma, transporting nutrients to starving cells, acting as powerful antioxidants, increasing atmospheric oxygen. Our bodies love oxygen. Removing toxins in the air and increasing ozone and negative ions in the area which inhabit bacterial growth. So my question was, how in the world do they do all that, and why am I just getting in the groove of this? It is because of their incredible constituents, and those constituents cannot all be pulled out of the plant unless it is distilled. Number one, unless it is the right seed in the right soil, plucked at the right time, distilled at the right temperature. I mean, all of these things have to fall into place. Even the time of day that it's harvested matters for the constituents. But the constituents inside of the oil, when we inhale the essential oil, the olfactory receptors in your nose immediately respond, and they send a signal to your brain, which supports like beneficial psychological changes, you guys. It sends that signal to your limbic system where memories and emotions are stored, as well as the neocortex. And I know that's crazy sciencey, but hang in here with me. That neocortex is where thoughts originate, you guys. That's where they are deep-seated, all right? We're going to dig a little deeper into those constituents and just why they are so powerful and how science proves all of this to us. It's just mind-blowing to this little nurse's mind. I just get so excited, so you might have to excuse me a little bit. So, thought life. Let's dig in here. So as you're figuring out, smell is a huge part of what affects our emotions, our brains. It's also a huge part of what affects our emotions. And it's all linked together. Those parts of the brain are even connected to our hormonal centers. So remember when I talked about that pregnant mama, right? Listen up. 87 to 93% of disease comes from our thought life. Remember when I talked about those 3 factors of DNA, a good diet, and our thought life? If that thought life is stinky, it just knocks those down. And so 87 to 93% of disease comes from our thought life. I mean, that's just mind-blowing to me. Thoughts become emotions. Emotions become attitudes. Attitudes become reactions. When you think, you build thoughts. And these become physical substances in your brain. So in Proverbs 23:7, it says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So it all comes down to 2 groups of emotions: positive, which is your love-based emotion, and negative, which is your fear-based. So we have love and we have fear. That's the 2 bases of all emotions. And we are wired for love, and fear is a learned response. So we are wired for love, but fear is something that we learn. And I've seen that with my little one lately. You know, when they learn that, like the depth of where they're sitting on a chair versus the floor, and they learn that fear of falling off the chair kind of thing. That is a learned response. So in 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. That's in 2 Timothy 1:7. You guys write that down and plaster that everywhere and claim that every day. The world is sicker than we've ever been. We've already said that several times, but this means that we are more filled with fear-based emotions than ever before. Fear-based emotions lead to toxic attitudes. Toxic attitudes produce toxic response in your body, which produces migraines, hypertension, cancer, allergies, chronic pain, diabetes, and just really, really bad things. In the book, The Emotion Code, you might want to write that down, by Dr. Bradley Nelson, he says, a trapped emotion is literally a ball of energy, and these will lodge anywhere in the body and disrupt the normal energy field of the body. That's crazy, right? Anger is stored in the liver. Worry is stored in the stomach. Grief is stored in the lungs. Fear is stored in the kidneys. And stress is stored in the heart. Wow. Ever feel nauseous when you're like worrying about something? Ever feel your chest like clench when you're stressing? I mean, do you ever feel like the air getting sucked out of your lungs when you've experienced grief, a sudden loss? Your mind and body are so very connected, and we must take care of our emotional health in order to take care of our physical self, you guys. I mean, it's all linked, and we just totally ignore it. We throw it on a shelf and we act like it doesn't exist, and we wonder why we erupt in these volcanoes, right? I'm guilty. I'm here. But here we are. We're going to get a little geeky again. And as you know, we are made up of trillions of cells, and your cells, just like your brain, have memory. They have a nucleus, which lives inside that cell. That thing is like the thinker, all right? It tells the cell what to do, and it is where the DNA is produced. So according to Dr. Caroline Leaf, research shows that DNA actually changes shape according to our thoughts. As you think those negative thoughts about the future, the week ahead, what a person might say or do, or even in the absence of a concrete stimulus, that toxic thinking will change your brain wiring in a negative direction and throw your mind and body into stress. Are you still with me? I hope so. Hashtag mind blown, right? That a DNA cell can like morph into that just because of our thoughts. So information has to go through the cell to get into that nucleus so that it stays in communication and keeps working properly and sending out signals. So how does the information pass through? From something called receptor sites. So if this is the cell nucleus and these fingers are receptor sites, negative and fear-based emotions damage these receptor sites on your cells. So it's just like chemical toxins in processed foods, GMOs, smoking, or the new secondhand smoke, candles, and all of these perfumes and household cleaners and junk. Or maybe it's beauty and personal care products that are blocking these receptor sites. So do our negative emotions. And when they can't get the information they need, that is how disease can take hold of the body. It cripples it. And remember, 87 to 93% of disease comes from our thought life. So here we are. How in the world do oils help us, right? Essential oils are made up of constituents. You've heard me say that word before. They're called monoterpenes, and I really like to call it PMS because we're going to talk about phenols, monoterpenes, and sesquiterpenes, okay? I'm just going to dip into this. Hang tight with me. We're right into the good stuff. So phenols clean and repair the receptor sites. Yep. Within like 20 minutes, you guys. That's what's inside an essential oil. It cleans it up in 20 minutes of breathing it in. And it will be in every single cell of your body, like we've said. Even sweeter, they're adaptogenic, which means that they will work on the receptor sites that need repair and cleaning. So they'll skip the ones that are good, but they'll go to the ones that need a good cleaning. Monoterpenes start to work on cells that have the wrong information. Disease starts when DNA gets miswritten, right? One cell with damaged DNA produces another and another and another and another, and so on. So monoterpenes will take that disruptive cell and they'll reprogram that information. Sesquiterpenes bring oxygen to the brain and the body's cells. Remember how I said that our bodies love oxygen? This helps our emotional processing center to work as it should, and disease cannot exist where oxygen thrives, you guys. So whereas monoterpenes reprogram the misinformation, sesquiterpenes erase the misinformation, all three of these constituents work together to bring perfect emotional and physical balance and health to our bodies. So remember, when it comes to using oils for your health, we've already said that 87 to 93% of that disease comes from your thought life and emotions. So guess which oils are in the Feelings Kit blend? Those that are high in phenols, monoterpenes, and sesquiterpenes. And this is where I get chills, and this is where I say hashtag all the feels. So anytime you're talking about this clash, hashtag it all the feels or mind blown, because I feel like that's pretty much kind of where we all are. So let's break down the Feelings Kit. First, we're going to start with that pretty little bottle, forgiveness. Oh my goodness, I absolutely gravitate toward this one. Forgiveness contains a blend of soothing, uplifting essential oils that may enhance the ability to release hurtful memories and move beyond emotional barriers. How many people have emotional barriers? Just lies that we have flat out told ourselves that are not even remotely true about ourselves. But those emotional barriers that we put there, so many times we need to forgive ourselves before we can move beyond that to start the coping and the healing. So the process of growth can only proceed when we have the ability to forgive and let go of that negative emotion and negative memory. So maybe it was something in the past. You can let go of that and you can overcome that. We know the Bible says that we are more than overcomers. Forgiving is not a gift to someone else, you guys. It's not. It is a gift to yourself. And it allows you to move beyond the negative and live in the present time, you guys. When you forgive, you are giving yourself freedom. Freedom. It does not make you weak, a weak person. It doesn't. It does not mean that you have to go to a person and say, I forgive you. But it allows you to release those emotional chains that bind you and set you free. And I'm going to tell you what oils are inside forgiveness. So forgiveness has rose. Remember we talked about that one having really, really high frequency. It is one of the highest frequencies of all oils. Melissa. Oh, Melissa is so good for trauma. It is so good for soothing, quieting the mind and clearing the mind. Helichrysum, it kind of stinks. I'm not going to lie, it kind of stinks. But this oil is amazing for more than just emotions. But with emotions, it uplifts and calms, and it may help reduce stress, you guys. Angelica supports emotional release. Frankincense is another oil in here that supports emotional and mental health, and it just grounds. Think of anything, any oil that comes from a tree as something that just grounds. Any kind of root, it grounds you. So if your emotions and everything is just up here, you need something to ground you. And sandalwood. Oh my goodness, sandalwood balances and calms emotions and reduces stress. Lavender, of course, it is soothing. Think tranquil. Everybody knows lavender is a tranquil oil. Bergamot lifts dreary moods, and it's uplifting as well as relaxing. Geranium balances emotions and promotes happy feels. Geranium and bergamot and lavender, they are very good at also balancing hormones. So you've got a big bang, a big punch here with forgiveness. So you're not only helping yourself emotionally, but hormonally, whether you're a man or a woman, you're supporting your hormone system. Jasmine as well relaxes the mind and boosts confidence and outlook. Lemon, mark that one as the happiest of oils. It is uplifting, invigorating, and supports positive emotions and attitudes. Pomarosa may help reduce anxious and stressful feelings. Roman chamomile is also in this. It has calming and relaxing properties for the body. Rosewood. Rosewood is soothing and calming. It helps to release negative energy and emotions. Lang Lang. Do you guys hear how many oils are in this forgiveness? Yeah. Lang Lang calms the mind and body, emotionally balancing, helps to clear negative energy and create a peaceful environment. It is so loaded with amazing oils that are absolutely incredible. So how do you use this? So I will put 1 to 2 drops over my heart or over my stomach to release hurtful and negative memories. I will also take 1 to 2 drops and put it over my heart and then diffuse it at bedtime or in the morning, and it helps me move beyond my emotional barriers. So maybe I've been hurt that day or offended, or I feel like somebody thinks something about my character that's not true. That one's the one that really gets me. Is I will take this forgiveness, and I'm forgiving myself for not having confidence in myself and for even caring about what someone thinks about me. And then I'm forgiving them as well. So putting it over my heart, putting it on my wrist, even wearing it behind my ears or on some diffuser earrings or a necklace. And then it just helps you just let it go. This is like the let it go oil. This is Elsa's oil. And just really huff yourself silly, let it go, and move beyond and thrive in freedom. So release. Isn't that beautiful oil? Forgiveness. Gosh, so good. Release. Wow. Isn't that a powerful name? It's a verb. Release is a verb, and it allows or enables us to escape from confinement, to set free. I mean, sometimes you don't even realize the weight of something you've been carrying until you feel the weight of its release. You know what I mean? Like, you don't realize what baggage you've got. Sometimes you just don't realize it until it's gone. This is such a powerful blend. It contains oils that combine, create a relaxing aroma and facilitate the ability to let go of anger and frustration. It also promotes harmony and balance. So if anger and frustration is something that you deal with, grab onto this oil. It has the following oils: ylang ylang, which we've talked about, lavender, which is very similar to lavender, geranium, sandalwood. Blue tansy is one that is in this, and blue tansy helps reduce feelings of anger and clears negative emotions. Blue tansy is awesome. Although release is primarily known for its emotional support, it is great for muscle tension, to release all the tightness and stress stored in those deep tissues. Try throwing a drop on your shower wall and let the oil mix with the steam for releasing in the air and just making it feel like a spa. Some people say they want to cry when they do this. I'll forewarn you, I have cried a couple times, but sometimes you just need to get in that shower and cry it out and release it and just let it go, right? Amen. So you can also, of course, diffuse it at night. You can wear it just like the other oils on your wrist, over your heart, behind your ears. Just calming points are really good. You can even add this into some bath salt, 2 to 3 drops, and just relax in a bath in it at night, just to help you de-stress and wash it all away, as I like to say. Sandalwood. I'm going to tell you some bonus info about sandalwood. It is high in sesquiterpenes, which were discovered to increase the amount of oxygen around the pineal and pituitary glands in the brain, thus helping to improve one's attitude. Since disease cannot exist where oxygen thrives, sesquiterpenes are very important to our body's health. And remember, sesquiterpenes are also known to erase the misinformation sent to ourselves. So it really packs a punch. Negative emotions like hate and anger are stored in the liver. So this blend is helpful in releasing the memory trauma stored there in the liver. So you can take this one and try rubbing a drop over your liver and adding a warm compress over it for the best release. And you can have that compress on there for 30 minutes to an hour, or you can do it at night while you're sleeping. So, so good. Release. Present time. This one is so, so good. Yesterday, are you guys learning anything? Are you guys hanging in here? It looks like you are. It looks like you're taking notes. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today, in the present, is the only point at which time touches eternity. Isn't that so good? Anybody ever get so caught up in what is happening or worried about what will happen, they totally miss what is happening. Oh my goodness, that's me. If you didn't raise your hand or nod your head, I'm just going to call you out as a liar. We've all been there. We all get busy riding on autopilot and not grasping hold of what we have, what is right in front of us, and letting tomorrow just take care of itself. Can we change the past? No. Can we wrap tomorrow up in a nice little package and tie it with a bow and ensure it will absolutely be the best day ever, just like we planned? No. What about the present? The present is a gift because we own it. It is ours right now. We can make it whatever we want, do in it whatever we want, and hopefully make the most of it, because tomorrow, the present will be yesterday. So I tell myself all the time, the days are long, but the years are short. With these little kids, I tell myself that all the time. It's just on repeat, because although we have many days that are so long, and I just want it to be bedtime and I just want a fresh start tomorrow, I have missed more wishing for tomorrow than enjoying the good parts of today. And that's hard to say, but it's true. And what we only have today. And there is no other guarantee. So present time is designed to help you focus on the here and now. And I keep it sitting here on my desk all the time, because I will put this on and I will go play with my kids. And I want to pull myself away from my work or whatever I'm doing here. And I want to pull myself away, and I want to be in the present with my kids and my husband. And so it is designed to help you focus on the here and now and help you get beyond the past and move forward. So present time. I know, send me a box of tissues. Present time is made up of the following oils. Neroli balances emotions. Lang Lang, we've already talked about how peaceful, clearing negative energy, restores emotional balance. Northern Lights Black Spruce releases emotional blocks. It's grounding and strengthening. It's small but mighty. Little side note here. Have you guys seen a common theme with Lang Lang? It's pretty powerful stuff. It is in every single feelings kit oil. So how do we use this liquid gold? Dab it behind your ears, on your wrist, back of your neck. Use as an aftershave or a perfume. I do that. I use it as a perfume a lot. Use it with a bath, like we talked about, or a relaxing massage, or just smell it all the time. Try it in a bath, like I said, and of course, diffuse it. Diffuse any of it. Remember, neroli is a citrus oil, so if you're going to be out in the sun within the next 12 hours, use it on the skin that won't be exposed. So put it where the sun doesn't shine. And enjoy your present time. Yeah, this one is so good. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Amazing. When you're doing that homework. Inner child. Inner child is one that a lot of people gravitate to, and I do as well. I currently use this one as a perfume. This oil was designed to open the pathway to reconnecting with the inner self that may have been damaged or concealed through childhood, misuse or abuse, or negative childhood experiences. Or you cannot have any of that. It could just be for reconnecting with your inner self. It doesn't have to be from any misuse or abuse. When a child has been abused, they become disconnected with their natural identity or inner child. I also find that we become disconnected with ourselves whenever we take on new roles, such as a wife or a mother, and we become disconnected from who we are. And so I find that inner child really helps us just connect with our inner self and find ourselves again. This causes, of course, confusion whenever you're disconnected. There's just confusion, undesirable personality traits, and this blend may help stimulate memory response and help reconnect with the authentic self, which is one of the first steps toward finding emotional health and balance. So in inner child is orange oil, which is calming and uplifting, jasmine, Northern Lights Black Spruce, that lovely sandalwood oil, there's Lang Lang again, tangerine is in this one, which is calming and promotes a sense of security and happiness, neroli, lemongrass is in this one. And I think this one just smells so uplifting and fresh because of all of these citrus oils that are in here. Lemongrass is refreshing, rejuvenating. It's very balancing and very stimulating. Don't be afraid to heal. Don't be afraid to heal. To let the rain soak on your face, to play in the mud, to go puddle jumping. As silly as it is, you reconnect with yourself. When you play, when you just sit down and play with Legos or Barbies or Play-Doh, find some Play-Doh. Believe, dream, imagine, and just be free again. Remember those days as a kid? You can find that person again. So I like to, of course, use it as a perfume on my wrist, but you can also put it in a 2-ounce glass spray bottle and combine 20 drops of inner child with witch hazel to feel and swirl it to mix. Don't shake it, but you can use it as a cologne or perfume, pillow spray, room spray. It is really, really awesome for foster children. Very helpful for them. Use it as just a linen refresher around your home. It is perfect for fun weekend outings or family gatherings. Also, diffuse, of course, diffuse all the things. But of course, this does have citrus oils, like I mentioned, so remember the sun exposure and put it where the sun doesn't shine if you're going to go out on a boat ride or something like that. Inner child is just amazing. It's amazing. Harmony. Doesn't that word just sound nice? To me, that word just sounds amazing. Harmony is defined as the combination of simultaneously sounding musical notes to produce chords and chord progression, having a pleasing effect, and to be in agreement or accord. Think about it as your body that has many musical instruments that make very different melodies, but they all have to work together to make one beautiful song titled Our Health and Well-Being. And that's physical and mental. Going back to what we feel, we think, we are, and in turn, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract, and what you imagine, you create. You guys, we've got to go back to imagining things and creating. We are born to create. We are. That is our what the Lord put in us, is to create. To be in harmony with the universe, we must first have harmony within ourselves. You guys, harmony is a blend of 17 oils. If you want an oil from Young Living that has like all the oils, this one's it. 17, you guys. This exquisite blend is designed to promote physical, emotional, and mental well-being by bringing harmonic balance to the energy center of the body. So it's very uplifting. It helps reduce stressful feelings. It helps influence positive attitudes and elevates your mood. So I'm going to point out some oils in here that are not in some of the others. Geranium, rosewood, lavender, sandalwood. Well, I'm going to say all of them, and then I'm going to define some of the ones that are not in the other ones. So geranium, rosewood, lavender, sandalwood, frankincense, orange, lemon, angelica, hyssop. Hyssop was one of the oils that Jesus was familiar with, and it supports emotional balance. He was given that one when he was hanging on the cross. Not in a good way, though. But, you know, maybe those guys didn't know that it supports emotional balance during that time. Spanish sage helps harmonize and balance the emotions. It supports healthy hormonal systems. So you guys, this one really brings it all home here. Jasmine, Roman chamomile, bergamot, lang lang, palmarosa, rose, northern lights black spruce. This bottle is just absolutely loaded. Just northern lights black spruce itself releases emotional blocks, you guys, and grounding and strengthening. So you've got all of these properties packed into this thing, and this bottle alone is $70 wholesale. So you really get a good deal whenever you're buying the Feelings kit that's packed all into one. So in order to use this one, you can, of course, diffuse it. You can roll it on. You can apply it just like you do the other ones. But pillow sprays, all that jazz. So you can use Harmony for balance. It balances all of your energy centers through your body. Hold on. All of your energy centers through your body must be balanced for you to feel this and have this energy go through your body. Because if you're not in harmony, you're not in present time. And if you haven't forgiven, you're not in present time, and you're not balanced. And that was a quote by Gary Young. So you see how all of these oils that I've talked about tonight, they just work together. Right there, forgiveness, present time, harmony, boom. Valor, Valor 2. Valor 2 is what comes in the feelings kit and is known as great courage. Strength, you can also use Valor as well. They were putting Valor 2 in this kit because Valor went out of stock for so long, and so they reformulated with this Valor 2. And so whenever you get the feelings kit, you will get the Valor 2. And I'm going to tell you what's in it and what it does. So it gives you strength of mind and spirit that enables a person to face great challenges with bravery, like life, you guys, life. We need bravery. Decide what you want more than you are afraid of it. The best view comes after the hardest climb. How many of these are true? Only those who risk going too far will ever find out how far one can go. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Valor is nothing more than taking one more step than you think you can. Rise up, take courage, and do it. That's Ezra 10:4 talking to us there. Are you inspired yet? Valor is just amazing. Amazing. And for good reason. It has ylang-ylang rosewood, Northern Lights black spruce, German chamomile, frankincense, vetiver. We haven't talked about that one tonight. Vetiver is very grounding and calming. Cistus is also an oil of the Bible. It is calming and uplifting. Bergamot, we've talked about that one. Cassia is also an oil of the Bible. It supports feelings of joy and enables emotional health and healing. Davana. Oh, Davana is so, so good. It's uplifting, empowering, and supports emotional balance and positive energies. You guys, puff this one, diffuse it, back of your neck, all the places. I mean, yeah. This oil is the only way, like, that I could even get close to the Hoover Dam, you guys. This is the only way that I could do talks like this where people are, like, looking at me. So Valor is amazing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the feelings kit protocol and how to use this exactly. So the feelings protocol, you will start out with Valor 2. And you will put Valor 2, hold on, let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about what Gary says here. 99% of life's decisions are made from feelings. We want to be in control of our decisions and have them be ones that will guide us to health, happiness, and abundance. To do so, we need to also be in control of our feelings. If you didn't get overloaded with all the information I've already shared, you can go listen to a talk that Gary has on the feelings kit. And I will put the link over here in the chat. And you guys can save it. It's just like a minute long. And you guys can go take a look at that. But with the Valor, you want to apply it to the bottom of your feet. Isn't it funny how our bodies crave certain oils? It's just amazing to me. And then when we find out what it's for, we have that aha moment of, oh, yeah, my body is pretty darn smart, isn't it? So you want to put the Valor on your feet, and then you want to put Harmony on your energy points of your body. So like your chakra points. If you don't know where those are, just go look up a chakra chart and it will show you all of the points, okay? And then that's Harmony. Then you want to take your Forgiveness and you want to do it clockwise on your belly, on your navel actually. Rub it clockwise on your belly, okay? Then you want to take the Present Time and you want to put it on your wrist and behind your ears. Then you want to take Release over the front and back of your liver in a circular motion. Release all of that out of there. And then you want to take your inner child. I skipped inner child on the slides, but you want to take the inner child and put it under your nose. And then you want to apply Valor once again on the bottoms of your feet. And that is how you do the feelings protocol. Gary says, use the feelings kit, apply feelings kit oils before work and every night before bed. And if you do this for 30 days, you will change your life. You will feel enthusiastic. Your life will be full of excitement and people will be drawn to you like a magnet. You guys, we are going to do a 30-day challenge in our little community, and I hope that you will join us. I am just looking so forward to all of us just getting a hold of ourselves and getting a hold of our emotions and just living beyond this craziness and finding freedom for ourselves. All you need to do with these is a little pro tip here is Young Living has the little Aroma Glide tops that are just the little rollerball tops that fit right on top of these bottles. They have them $10 for 10 of them. So you're paying like $1 each for these little things. And you will put those roller tops on top of each of the bottles in the feelings kit. And all you have to do is just roll them on where needed to complete the protocol in like a minute flat. So it's not something that's going to have to take you like 30 minutes or anything like that. And of course, only do this if you know that your skin doesn't require dilution. So that is the protocol. Well, there's my inner child. It skipped out of the loop. And the lovely feelings kit. So let's talk about how to get these oils for free or at a really, really good discount. So Young Living has an amazing discount for members. So anybody who is not a member, getting a membership with Young Living is super duper easy, and you can easily get it with, I'm going to scroll on through here. Getting a membership with Young Living is super duper easy. You're getting 24% off of all of your products, and you are getting started with a starter kit. So unlike Sam's where you get a membership and you pay 50, 60 bucks and you get nothing for it, with Young Living, you pay 160 bucks for the starter kit. You get 11 oils, a diffuser, some other really awesome goodies, plus you get included in our community, our wellness community that we're part of. And that matters because if I'm buying oils from a shelf or just some random person that I met, I don't know what kind of support that they can give me because by golly, you're going to have questions and you're going to need some guidance and direction, and you're going to want to get your oils from somebody who like knows their stuff and who has connections with people who know their stuff as well that can guide you. So if you're not a member tonight, contact the person who messaged you here, who invited you here. Shoot them a message and say, hey, I really need to get that membership. This will be the best decision you've ever made in your life. I have never looked back on this. We have bought several of these oil starter kits. Young Living is awesome in that they provide all of the products that we were buying at Target and Walmart, like our body wash, soaps, toothpaste, my makeup, like the whole shebang of beauty care, skincare products we buy through Young Living, and we get it every month at a discount, and it is amazing through their Essential Rewards program. They literally hand me money back when I buy through them. And so this, I was reading some of your comments. This starter kit comes with all of the oils that you see here and plus a diffuser. You can even get this diffuser here, which is the Aria diffuser. And then it shows you the little bottles that it comes with, and the Nature Red. The Nature Red, that is something that we order every single month. It is a major energy booster for us, as well as it has essential oils in it, so it cleans out our cells. And Young Living also has a ton of supplements that are packed full of oils, which is just, it makes them so much more powerful. So this starter kit right here with the Aria diffuser, which is just gorgeously beautiful. I have this one in my kitchen. This starter kit is $260, and if you bought this separately, it retails for $530. So you're getting the starter kits at 50% off, you guys. It's just amazing. When we need another diffuser or we need a few of those oils that are in the kit, we certainly get another starter kit. The PayPal is definitely PayPal payment plan is also available. So it's just awesome. Here's show you a few products. That was my face wash. This is the Kid Sense shampoo and bath gel. Father's Day ideas. Sutron is something that was formulated for men specifically. It supports their hormones and it smells amazing. And all the goodness there. Nitro is like it's a vitamin B as well as iodine packed juice in that little tube, easy to carry. Thieves is all of the cleaning products, vegetable wash. This is for your dishwasher and that's for a hand purifier. They have Thieves everything, which is awesome. It cleans all the things. Nink Charette is that juice I was telling you about. That's absolutely amazing. We literally have 8, 9, 10. We have 10 bottles of this sitting in our pantry right now. We do not want to run out of it. So, and living is a whole lifestyle of products, which is awesome. So the Feelings Kit is what I was talking about tonight. And you guys can snatch up this Feelings Kit and you guys can grab it for yourselves. I know that I grabbed it up this month as well as a couple of my friends, and we are excited to do the 30-day challenge. And I am going to look up that price for you guys because I did not put it on my slides. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. And I will certainly answer them as I'm looking this up. And if you are already a member, you get it at 24% off. And if you order it through your Essential Rewards, you get 10%, or if you've been on Essential Rewards for 3 months, you get 20%. And if you've been on Essential Rewards for more than 24 months, you get 25% back off of what you're buying it here. And it's $181 for that whole package deal of all of those amazing oils. And I mean, it's the best way to grab those oils up. And it's currently in stock, which is awesome. It goes out of stock frequently because so many people use it. And you guys, thank you so much for listening in tonight, for hanging out with me. And I am so glad that each one of you guys joined me tonight to discover just why our emotions are so important to our overall health and wellness. You guys, I know that it can be a daily struggle. And as many of you have noticed by now, this is a topic that I'm super passionate about. And, you know, it is something that I had struggled with daily. And I have been able to use these oils daily to put myself in a better mental place and a better spiritual place, to where I set the mood for my day, I set the mood for my week, and that ends up being the mood for my month and my years, right? And my life. So if this class only results in just one person discovering the refreshing freedom that I have found, then that's why I'm here tonight. And so it was so worth my time, and it was so worth hanging out. And I only hope that it benefits each of you in at least some small way. And we don't have to, nor should we live in bondage to the past, present, or the future emotions. And remember, what you become, what you feel, you attract, and what you imagine, you create. So what you feel, you think you are. So thank you guys again for hanging out. I really, truly loved it. And I am going to take some questions here, and we will take some questions. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. When does the challenge start? That's a good question. So we have the challenge starting, it is starting up I also wanted to tell you that there is another class outside of this called the Aroma Freedom Technique. And you guys, grab up this book from Amazon. The Aroma Freedom Technique will take you through busting and transforming your emotions, as well as with this feelings kit. So a good place to start is the feelings kit like we talked tonight. And if you want to dig deeper, go deeper. This Aroma Freedom Technique is amazing. And we will be having a sequel to this for the Aroma Freedom Technique. So if you're interested in that, please be watching out for that. And the person who invited you here can get you connected with when that is going to be happening. But Aroma Freedom is amazing. You can snatch that up on Amazon, you guys. Totally amazing as well. So again, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you all have an amazing night.